That's why nothing special about the So let me begin. So hi everyone. Morning.
Morning.
How's everyone feeling?
Good.
Okay, good. Full of energy, ready to go.
Yes.
Okay, today we're talking about simple and effective investing for long-term returns. Okay, long-term. So a bit about myself. I have 25 years of IT experience. Okay, in different roles. I was leading help desk staff. And here's a picture of me with my tech support. This was a bit years back. I look the same, maybe yeah. Okay, my interests are investing. Okay, that's why I'm presenting this topic, and watching good movies with a good storyline. Like one of my favorites is Ghost in the Shell. Don't know. Anime classic. Blade Runner. Yeah, those kind of movies. Reading. So I like to read about articles of any topic, and of course IT. So I'm quite fortunate to be working in an area that I like. So I've been investing for 16 years. Most of my funds for investing come from my CPF account, because I don't have that much spare cash to invest. The good thing is I managed to beat the CPF interest rate, which is 2.5 for the ordinary and 4% for the special account. So yeah, so I think I did very well. So over the last 10 years, the annual compounded rate was about 4 point something. Yeah, but not as well as if I had followed this method that I'm going to share with you, because it took me some time to feel convinced about this method. Yeah. So, what motivates you to want to invest? Okay, this guy here motivates me. Okay, not Iron Man, the other one. Okay, this is my son. He's 7 and he has intellectual disability. So I hope that the returns from my investment account can be set up in a trust fund for him. So when I'm not around, he can get some help from there. We've always heard about making it rich, right? When we talk about investment, whoever wants you to join their stock picking course or whatever will say you can make how many thousands of dollars and all those. But we also must be aware of the risk. So today, let's look at a very real thing about risk. Let's start with the video first.
Reporters are standing by. Bob Pisani, have you ever seen anything like Nobel?
Yeah, that's a little strange here. We're down 1.7% here, a loss of 37 points or so. Apple shares are just getting hammered this morning.
We're down by between 3 and 4.5% generally across these markets. Let's talk about the speed with which we are watching this market deteriorate.
We're red everywhere, essentially, down by 4-5%.
We're down over 16%. Dow at the same time has fallen about 18%.
The stock market is now down 21%.
Because we're now down 43%.
What in the world is happening on Wall Street?
Two-year note yields went from 190 to 166 in the blink of an eye.
I have never live looked at the Dow Jones Industrial Board and seen a 600-point loss.
Who knows where this is going to end up? I mean, this is volatility we haven't seen, of course, since way before you and I were born, even before our grandparents, 1929.
So almost everything there completely wiped out. And the NASDAQ, everything and more has been completely wiped out.
The Dow traders are standing there watching in amazement, and I don't blame them. The credit market...
676 points down.
It was the worst day on Wall Street since the crash of 1987.
It is a video about the stock market crash in 2008. So, what can you tell me about this video? Anyone? What do you see?
A lot of people kill themselves.
I think, yeah, some people lost a lot of money. So here you can see anything else? Anyone else?
It's like a word chaos.
Yes, chaos. And I see panic also, right? Because due to the subprime mortgage crisis, so it triggered off this stock market crash. So you can see that globally, all the stock markets are affected. It's all going down. You can see rate all over the place. Okay. Okay, so we knew that the stock market crashed, but how much did it go down? So it actually started October 07 until, excuse me, anything interesting you want to share? Oh, okay, let's come back. Okay, this, when it went to the very bottom at March 09, the market actually lost 58%. Is that a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, more than half, right? If you invested 100,000, you have left about 42,000. Yeah. So how do you feel about that? Yeah. I mean, if you're about to retire, that's disaster, right? Yeah. So, but that's the bad news. Stock market risk is very real. Markets go down and it crash. It can go down by 58%. And previously, in the Great Depression in the 1930s, it went down by 80%. So you can imagine, this is a very real risk in investing. Okay, the good news is markets do recover. If you look at the long term, very long term, you will see that this is what we're talking about, the crash. And right now, okay, when it crashed, right, it was about 667. Okay, right now it is, I got this chart yesterday, last night, 2,800 plus. Oh. So this is like quadruple, you know, double and double. If you put in 100K here, today you will have about more than $400,000. Yeah. So if you had the nerves, okay, or you shall say, if you're crazy enough to dump everything in here, okay, you're a rich man now. Yeah. Of course, we cannot depend on that emotion. We have to have methodology. That's why you need the right strategy. Okay, at this time you wouldn't know whether it goes down further or it's going to recover, right? Okay. We're going to, after the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain how we're going to allocate our investment funds, okay, across the different kinds like cash, bonds, stocks, and stocks across different geographical regions to spread the risk. And later on, we'll also learn how to apply the rebalancing, because every year the stock market go up and down, and different kinds of assets. You know, when I say asset, I'm talking about the different kind of things that you buy into as an investment. So different regions will go up and down differently. That's why every year your proportion will go out of whack and you need to balance it back. Yeah. But today, we'll focus on the first one. Okay, how to allocate your investments. Okay. Have we done investment on our own? Anyone like to share?
I bought startup at like 330. Now it's like 180. Oh my god.
Okay, then hopefully after this lesson you can have a better idea. Maybe do it in a
maybe I
better
hope
way.
for 10 years you will quadruple again.
Okay, I hope so too. Yeah. Okay. Thank
How
you.
about
Nick.
investing CPF? Does that
Investing.
count?
You mean just put it in the account?
Yeah. No, I mean, we have somebody who took our CPF and invested.
Yeah, that's counted as investing also. As
yeah.
long as you invest.
Yeah, but we went up lah.
Oh,
We put in like 5,000, now it's about 26,000.
Wow, that's like 5 times.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that will
Congratulations.
reach us lah through CPF lah.
Okay, you'll be yours one day. Okay. Anyone else like to share? Any other kind? Yes.
Blue chips,
Blue chips. Yes.
property also.
Yeah, property also. Yes. Thanks, Sorry. So property, okay, all kinds of investment, right? Like if you are very, very conservative, you put in bank, earn the interest from the state fixed deposit. It's very little, but then it's safe, right?
Yeah, mutual fund.
And of course, don't put it just cash and keep at home under the mattress. That's the worst, because inflation will eat away your money value, and also we know that some people invest in properties, right? Okay, so now we talk about investment. You have an amount of money you want to invest. So we want to have returns, but yet at the same time we are worried about risk. So what do? you spread them out, right? So into low risk and high risk. What are some examples of low risk? Anyone? Low risk investments. Mutual funds. Yes, depending on what kind. Yes, fixed deposit. Yes. Okay. Sorry? FD, yeah, fixed deposit. Thank you. CPF, yes, it's like guaranteed by our government. Yeah. Even the bank, if you have an amount of money, if the bank go bust, it's guaranteed up to 50,000. Yeah. So if you have $1 million, you must find many different banks to spread it out. Okay. So yes, we need to spread high risk and low risk. So what are high risk? Any examples? Commodities, yes. Gold, and all those they trade like agriculture, metals and all that. Any other?
Bonds.
Bonds? Well, no, actually bonds more on the low risk. Yeah, if you hold to maturity. Forex. Yes, Forex, very, very risky. Yeah, any political event and you see a great change. Yes. Okay, everyone. So we need a mixture of low risk, high risk. How do we mix? Okay, there's a rule of thumb. Okay, this rule of thumb is just a conventional wisdom in the financial planning sector. Now, there's no particular person that said this. Okay, but the conventional wisdom rule of thumb is whatever your age now, you should put in the low risk portion. So, for example, I'm 48. So, how much of my investment amount should I put in the low risk? 48, yes, thanks Nizam. And the balance is 52 in high risk. Yeah, so that's how we allocate. So that's the fundamental aspect of it. Yeah. And that is the default rule of thumb, but onto that, every individual has different kind of risk profile, right? Because we have some people are not afraid of taking risk, but some people, they are just very nervous. You see the stock market go down by 10%, you cannot sleep at night. Then what happened? You sell away, right? Then no more long-term investing. Yes, so you have to look at risk appetite and also each person's financial situation. If you have a lot of debts and you have a money, obviously you pay the debt first. Okay, if the debt incurs high interest. And also holding period. Holding period is related to age, but then not necessary. You may be young, but maybe you are about to get married soon. So your amount may be just investing for short term. Yeah. So low risk, usually we can put in cash, bonds or CPF, and high risk we put in stocks. Yeah. So just now Nick shared that he bought StarHub, he suffered some losses. So this is actually a company risk because any company that you buy can go bust. It may not completely bust, but you may lose a lot of money. So how? You buy more companies to spread the risk. But if you buy all in the same sector, let's say all the telco, but if a new technology emerges and there's disruption, yeah, it hurts also, right? So how about you buy all the stocks in the country? Same, country has risk also, like Venezuela, hyperinflation, Turkey, some turmoil over there. What about region? Region too. Like Japan, you can consider as a region. They have a real estate bubble nearly 20 years ago. I think they still haven't recovered from that. So the best is you can buy the world. Yeah. How do you do that? You buy the stocks all over the world. So how you do that is that you spread across regions, okay? Different regions. And what is a sensible allocation? Let's look at this. This is a fund from Vanguard, okay? Total World Stock Index. Vanguard is one of the I think it's top 3 largest fund management company. They have $4 trillion under their asset managing. They manage about $4 trillion of assets. So if you look at this Total World Stock Index, their allocation is like this. Okay? So I think this is a very sensible way because you can see that US, the big powerhouse, okay, and Canada, so about 60%. So based on this, Okay, we can do a rough one. Okay, because there's no exact. We don't follow exact. As Warren Buffett said, it's better to be approximately right than exactly wrong. Yeah. Near there. Okay, so we will base on this. Okay, emerging market 10%, Europe 20, Pacific 50, North America 55. So how do we allocate? Let me just do a quick demonstration. Okay, so imagine you have $100,000. So let's say based on my age, low risk will be 48. Okay. And high risk will be 52. Okay. So based on our, sensible allocation, it works out like that. Okay, so now we will get to practice how to allocate our assets. I will pass you a case study, okay? Then based on this, you all discuss 3 minutes to discuss and then write down the numbers there. And then one of you all come up and explain, or you all can just stand up and explain, okay, why you allocated the number like that. Yeah. So take a look at the handout first, and I'll explain in more detail on the screen. So you can see for your groups, right? Okay, I think one of you all got the different investor name and the factors, but basically this is the format. So what I need you to do is look at these 2 factors and then put in a number here, 1% high and 1% low. Okay, just take maybe another 2 minutes to discuss, write it down. Yeah. Are we done? Okay, so let's have this group first. Maybe one of you all explain what's the investor name that you have? Okay.
All right. Investor is Mr. John Tan.
Okay.
He's 30 years old and his risk profile is conservative.
Okay.
So because of that, right, we are not even using the 30-70 ratio because he's conservative. So his low risk portion is 40%.
Okay.
And then high risk portion is 60%.
Okay, good. Yeah. So everyone, okay, the other group, how have you all done?
Yeah.
Okay.
The investor name is James Lim.
Okay.
His age is 25.
Okay.
He's given as aggressive investor. As per your calculation, you should be low risk 25% and high risk 75%.
Okay.
But being aggressive, can it be more like 85 to 50? Should it be?
Yes. Okay, thank you, Ganesh. Yeah. So, so you all have more or less understand the concept, right? Okay, and I'm very happy that you all know how to adjust for the risk profile. Like for example here, the low risk based on investor age was 30, right? But because he is very conservative, so he turned into 40, 60. And here, the other way around, 15, 85. Yeah, so that's very good. So like they say, practice makes perfect, right? So yeah, that's all for today. So what have we learned? What have we learned so far?
Rule of thumb
Rule of thumb.
and the world market speed to a few for the high risk one.
Okay.
So this is what I have learned. So you can refer to one chart, Kerr stock index for reference.
Okay, that's very good. Thanks, Nick. Anyone? What have we learned?
Investing everything at one region is also risky, so should be investing all over the world in order to make it safer. Yeah.
Okay. And the basic concept is still low risk and
High risk.
high risk. Yes, based on age and risk profile.
Risk.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So yes, so I think today we have achieved our learning outcome. That is, we are able to explain and understand how we allocate our investment funds, okay, and why we do it that way. And we in the next lesson, then we will talk about when you do the actual implementation, right? Because right now we are not so concerned about what are you going to actually buy, right? How do you buy it? Do you go through brokerage, or do you go to online fund platform, those kind of thing? That one is the small detail. Important thing is get the big fundamentals correct. Yeah. So yeah. So I think today we've done well. Okay. Now we know how to explain and understand. You know how to allocate, not just low risk, high risk, but the high risk, why, and what proportion, what sensible proportion to spread the stocks all over the world. Yeah. So with that, I think I've done this lesson. Thank you so much.